Hello, guys, yes, and fellow MB pals. Um, I've honestly been sitting here just like mulling over in my mind what it is that I actually want to talk about today, because I really just, I don't know, it's not like my head was empty and I had no thoughts, but like my head was empty and I had no thoughts, right? Like you guys know how that goes. But I've just been sitting here, played a couple games on my phone, started reading a book, closed it, and was just like, okay, I have to. What's what's today's topic that I like to talk about, like to put out in front of the people? And I guess if I have to talk about anything, because the only other, like I tried to look at like my YouTube analytics as far as like recently, and yeah, I honestly was just like, I got to put out a slot video so that people will look at my other videos. That's just how it goes. You gotta play the game, right? And I watched a new video from More Pegasus talking about even more Mr. Beast allegations. So I guess if I have to talk about anything, it's about Mr. Beast. And I'll be honest, I don't particularly care about the entire situation because I've never really liked Mr. Beast. Like I'm like if I have to say anything, I have like some sort of brain thing where if people find one thing to be really entertaining or it's like really popular, then I automatically will force myself to like not like that thing, right? And I don't know why it is that I'm like that, but it's like it even happened like I'll give this example like back when I was in high school. Like there was one guy that like a bunch of the girls thought was like really cute and stuff like that. And just because of that, I was just like, I don't even want to go near him. Like back 10 feet. Like, yeah, I guess you're attractive, but like at the same time, I still just like, I don't care. Like, do you, like, the fact that other people find you attractive means absolutely nothing to me, right? So that's kind of just how I've been about Mr. Beast. Like, the more people talk about him, the more people want his stuff, the more I'm just like, I want nothing to do with that guy, right? But, his name gets clicks and views and stuff like that. And right now, I mean, he honestly does have a lot to answer for when it comes to all of the allegations and things like that that have come off in the last couple of months. The stuff that he hasn't responded to anything. He hasn't put forth a response to absolutely any of the allegations, including like the stuff about Delaware and what happened to Jake Weddle and this stuff coming out with all these new people now. And but this dude had like he hasn't had time to put out a response as far as like why he would hire certain people or not fire people who have done wrong at his company while just like shuffling horrible people around to his different companies and things like that. Like it's really, really gross, really crazy. But like he also had time to make an announcement with Logan Paul and KSI out of all people as far as like coming up with like their own great value Lunchables brand because Logan Paul has Prime, which is also in the process of being sued. And KSI just shows up and collects his check and goes home. Like this man kind of has nothing to do with anything else. It's honestly it's really funny in my opinion that it's like nobody really attributes KSI to a bunch of the stuff that Logan Paul has done, even though it's hilariously enough, I found out this morning from watching a Just Koosh video that Logan Paul is apparently going to be a dad soon, and that's even more not harrowing, but like it's like ew. To put it in a nice way, nicest way possible, it's just ew. Like I honestly don't understand. Like I mean, good on his fiance or whatever for doing as humans do, but ew, like I don't know, like to like I feel so bad for the kid mostly because it's just like yeah, my dad's Logan Paul, the world's most hated, like the internet's most hated scammer and loser who literally, like, I mean, from his controversy starting back in the Japanese forest, and even before then, him and his brother were menaces on the internet. And now it's just like, oh, now like you haven't learned anything, you haven't matured, you're still a hungry, scamming loser. But now you've involved another person by bringing them into the world, and I just feel bad for the kid. I feel bad for the kid that they're going to grow up entitled and watching their dad do horrible things. And we can always hope that that child will learn from the people who aren't around them, learn from like going to school and stuff like that. The same way the elongated muskrat's daughter decided to change her name back to her mother, change her last name to her mother's last name, so she wouldn't be associated with him. Hopefully, that child will have the opportunity to learn and realize what an absolute horrible piece of garbage that their father is, and will be like, yeah, nah, I'm cool, because yeah, it's unfortunate, but what can you do, really? Like, it's his choice. He's an adult, and even though he'll have to be taken to court to rightly give back the money for Crypto Zoo, it's like, yeah, you can still go on and do whatever it is that you want, which is why his companies are being sued into the ground now. The Olympics is suing him, and and man, all the luck and favor and love to the crypto people who are in that class action. I hope y'all get every single penny and interest. Like, y'all absolutely deserve it. I hope y'all run that man's pockets dry, to be completely honest. I hope y'all run them pockets. Cause yeah, no, he just does not just doesn't he doesn't deserve where he is. Like, if I remember correctly, like their family, I think like their mom was like in real estate or something like that. So she wound up making her money, and then of course they grew up spoiled and entitled and had access to like technology and things like that, as it usually goes. And yeah, now we have these two nuisances who are just like, oh, well, I mean, I can't speak on Jake because I know nothing about Jake besides he's also very hated and has a very punchable face. And it's funny because even though the one thing I do know about Jake nowadays is that even though he is a pretty decent athlete, uh he only he only takes fights where he's pretty much guaranteed to win, right? Like, it's very funny. It's very funny that the man, like, there, like, where's the honest competition, you know? It's really it's sad. It's honestly is sad. It's like you have these two people who have had every opportunity to walk or run on an even playing field, and they've refused to on their entire lives, and they've literally just used every single advantage that they had over other people to bludgeon them down and essentially become the internet's bullies. And that's kind of the hill that they want to live and die on, and I say let them die on it, leaning on the flag. Like, that's exactly how you deserve to go out, dying on a hill where you learn nothing and you've done pretty much nothing but have been a bully your whole life and bullied your way through everything that you do, and that's what you'll be remembered as once you're gone. And honestly, that's what they deserve. So it's like I just find it crazy that, like, well, actually I shouldn't even find it crazy that Mr. Beast would essentially collab together with Logan and KSI on the whole Great Value Lunchables endeavor, even though Mr. Beast has not responded to any allegations, and Logan Paul is refusing to pay people back that he rightly owes. And yeah, you just have a handful of horrible people standing together, being pieces of garbage together, and at the end of the day, it all just smells like a landfill. So, what can you do? I guess you're either gonna plug your nose and continue to consume garbage, or you're gonna be like, wow, this stinks, and you're gonna get out of the area. So hopefully, more people will be like, God, the reek, the odor of these absolute garbage people is just too much, and they'll finally just walk away from it. And decide to, do something better, be like, consume better content or like find better people to look up to instead of just being like, oh, this guy has money, so that means he must be a good person. No, I think we should already automatically assume that anyone with a bunch of money has done everything in their power to scrape that together off of the backs of other people. And now that they sit on their hoard like a dragon, they just continue to essentially punch down and take more money away from smaller people. That's pretty much the only way that I can see it, especially when it comes to Mr. Beast, who has just been caught in scandal after scandal, and Logan, who's been caught in scandal after scandal, and KSI, who just exists. But it is what it is. I don't want to make this too long again. This is just a slop video, so people will have something to nod along to and be like, "Ah, man, yeah, I totally see that." Or maybe you don't. Maybe you want to argue with me in the comments. I don't really care. So either way, this is Rain sitting here talking about uh how much these garbage people don't deserve the platforms that they're on. But you know, I'm not the garbage man. I'm just someone who finds these people repulsive and thinks that I should talk about them. So do the YouTube thing, like and sub, and yell at me in the comments or whatever it is you're gonna do. And I'll see you guys in the next one.